Hey guys, greetings from literally the worst bicycle I have ever rented in history. It's like pedaling a clown car with no wheels. It's nuts. Anyway, we're on our way down to the Vice President's house. I believe Marine 2 is about to depart. And then we'll go down to the Capitol. Maybe the Capitol, I don't know, we'll figure this out as we go. This is the Norwegian Embassy renovations. It's going pretty massively. I don't know if it's open yet. Looks nice though. Vice President's house. Don't hear a helicopter at the moment, but it should be landing. Oh, our daily protester is back. Whoa. Morning.
Maddox 2, roger, radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Winnewash National is 2207.
There's the fire trucks. They're hiding back in the back.
Marine 2 and flight, frequency change approved. Good day. Marine 2, sir.
So, airborne guys, we're outside the British Embassy, which is next to the Naval Observatory. Helicopter has just departed for Andrews, and now come the fire trucks, and well, we always like fire trucks. Foam unit 1. No, engine 1. There's got to be a foam unit here somewhere. Here we go, the big boys. So we're down on the waterfront here in Georgetown, the Washington Harbor complex. Flood walls are down, water is not that high. It's a little muddy, got a bunch of annoying geese out there. And no boats on the water right now. It's kind of quiet. Let's make our way down over to the boathouse. So this is the Thompson Boathouse. This is run by the National Park Service, and you can rent everything here. You can rent like kayaks and canoes, racing shells, go sculling. I just have like storage too. Let me dump my soda can. Power boats, those are the rowing team boats over there. But it's a pretty cool place to grab a boat and go out for a paddle. Hey guys, so we're back here behind the Watergate Hotel, and this is the Saudi Embassy. I haven't really taken you back here, but that's not why I'm here. I actually came back here because there's a bike rack, but also because it could take us here. And this is the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. This is where the Washington Opera is, the Washington Symphony Orchestra, famous plays, the Kennedy Center Honors, which is a presidential tribute to some of the artists and actors in the US. And that's all done here. Like pretty much everything due to COVID, it's basically closed right now. But there's a little addition that they just opened on the other side we can ride around and check out. Hall of Nations. Now, if you come here, I strongly recommend going on the roof. They have a roof deck up here that's open, and you get a really good view of the city and the water. Oh, just don't come down this sidewalk, which is a dead end. All right, let's turn around. Oh, hello. Oh yeah, so that's the building. Yeah, that's that gray building there. That's Central Intelligence Agency. That's the original CIA building. That stone building and the building just to its left, they're at the US Naval Observatory, the original US Naval Observatory. That was the CIA's first headquarters, and that's actually where they still are. They still have an operations, they still have some CIA guys working over there right now. Anyway, let's go back over here. Try to get out in this park. They got a big tent up here. The Reach, that's what this is called, the Reach. And this is gonna be like a public art space where they're gonna have like some concerts, free concerts, and have public artworks out here overlooking the Potomac. This is the thing that connects down into the Parkway's bike path. It's over here. It's pretty. So this is where you go during intermission. If you're watching a play or an opera, you come out here for intermission and sip some really expensive soda. I haven't been here. I was here a couple years ago, so I took my son to the opera. Yeah, I know, pretty pretentious. But there was a performance of Joyeux Noël, which is, I think it was an American, French UK American movie called Silent Night, and it was about the Christmas ceasefire in France in 1916. The soccer ceasefire, with the Germans and the Brits on Christmas Eve just said, you know what, screw this, I'm not shooting a guy on Christmas. And they had these unofficial ceasefires all up and down the front. The bosses were furious about it, but you know, the men were just like, yeah, whatever. And they made a play about it, which became sort of an opera. And you can see the movie Joyeux Noël, spelled French. And I think it's on Netflix. I think it might have been released as Silent Night in the US. That's kind of a cool film. It was okay opera. It was the only way I could get my kid to go to the opera, is like, it's an opera about war. He's like, okay, I'll go. So the anti-fun police decided that this ramp should do like a 180-degree turn at the bottom, because God forbid someone should get up a really good head of speed and go really, really fast. No, no, no. Make them turn, slow down, merge safely. Come on. Let us have fun. Let's go up to Lincoln Memorial, see what's going on over there. In through we go. There we go. Not as many tourists today. Pretty mellow. Pretty day. There's a mini protest being set up down here. Well, they're really doing a lot of work here. Let's take a look at the Korean War Memorial. They are working on it. They've kind of like dug up all the grass. Where are the guys? Did they move them? No, they're protected, the guys. The soldiers are still here. They're just in little wooden cages. So they're seriously repairing this memorial. I believe they're adding the names of all the fallen to this memorial. Oh, there's the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard is part of the Department of Homeland Security now, and their helicopter is the one that's tasked with dealing with low-flying Cessnas, lost pilots, stuff like that. So they actually go out quite a bit. You see that helicopter a couple times a day, to be honest. And it's not because they're doing some boater rescue kind of thing. It's because they're chasing off some pilot. So this guy's got a microphone and a tripod. He's ready to go to town. Pray for North Korea. I think that's what his sign says. Pray for North Korea until North and South unite. Okay. There's a bunch of them out there doing some diving practice with their mom. These fountains are down too. Big tour group just got off a bus. These guys are filming big time, big cameras. Let's head up to the 0 milestone, see how much closer we can get. Now, the First Lady returned last night from England, but Biden is still over in Belgium with the NATO summit. I think he comes back Wednesday. Have I mentioned it's a really gorgeous day? It's like 73 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like 22 Celsius, something like that. And it's not that humid. Now, it's gonna rain soon. What are they banging over here? Oh, they stopped. Someone's banging on a pipe. Maybe it was these guys banging on the fence. Are they still doing the pointy bits? It looks like he's working on the light. Looks like he's replacing the lamp. Soon this white fence will be gone, and then we'll be able to see the South Lawn much clearer than we can right now. It's really quite annoying. The fence was going up ostensibly to help build the black fence, but the black fence is done. There's really no need for this other one, unless there's some other construction going on. Oh, hey, here's those pallets. You guys are asking about the pallets on the mall, which seemingly just disappeared. I mean, they literally were there one day, and then the next day they're gone. But there are still a few pallets out here. Now, this is where they do the Twilight Tattoo, the U.S. Army weekly parade. They haven't done that in a while. I'm not sure if they're going to start that up again. But they used to have like a bleacher thing here too, for like the public tour people could like line up here and stuff like that. So, really not sure what's going on with all that. Let me get a better picture of it. No idea. Oh, look at that. Sod. Maybe they're going to replace the grass. There's a truck full of grass coming in. Oh, maybe that's for the construction inside where they dug the hole. Sod farm. Ugh. And they got like flowers too. Those are pretty. So flowers and grass. Maybe they're going to redo something. This bike is misbehaving. Ugh. Now, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., about 150 miles that way, the National Reconnaissance Office is launching a payload of classified spy satellites just down Pennsylvania Avenue, about 100 miles or so, from a facility called Wallops Island. So there's a 7 a.m. launch, and if you're on the east coast of the US and you look up, you'll probably see this one because it is an old MX missile and it's a solid rocket missile, and they leave a huge plume of smoke. So you're going to see this giant, assuming the weather is good, you're going to see this giant plume of smoke coming up from the southeastern sky of DC at about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, if you're lucky. It's such a pretty building. Okay, not much going on. Let's head back to the White House and then I'll go do my errands. And here we are in Chinatown, where every restaurant is required to put the name up in Chinese, though very, very few of them actually are specific Chinese restaurants or Chinese places anymore. Most of the Chinese sold their properties, made a killing, and moved out to the suburbs. Now there's one or two Chinese restaurants down here. Most of them have been pretty westernized. Oh, more fire trucks down ahead. It's a busy day today, isn't it? It's gonna get loud. Mind your headsets. That was engine 16. Yikes. So narrow. Alrighty, we're at the White House now. Let's see what's going on here. Pennsylvania Avenue still closed. There is some construction going on here. There's a little digger here making, I thought they were like ripping up the sidewalk here the other day. But yeah, they definitely have removed the sidewalk. And I guess they're putting in a new sidewalk. That's generally where the tourists go. When you take the White House public tour, you usually exit via that sidewalk, and it looks like they're taking this time to repair it since, well, there are no tourists at the White House right now. Things are pretty quiet right now, actually. It's a tourist making a selfie. Pretty mellow. There's a couple, and there's a little media over there. There's someone doing a press throw over at Pebble Beach. Green tents over there where the TV journalists do their reports every night. They're stand-ups, I guess is what they call them. And there's one crew over there. I guess the rest are at the NATO summit. Tour group. That thing's always so loud. So there's Blair House. the official guest residence of the president. I should point this out because it gets asked a lot. So, when President Bush Sr. passed away, the Bush family was offered Blair House as a place to stay during the funeral services. And President Trump came over to Blair House to pay his respects. He took a lot of flack, though, because the Secret Service insisted he drive from the White House across the street to Blair House, a distance of about 250 feet. But when the president leaves the perimeter of the White House grounds, the Secret Service, well, they kind of insisted on that. A lot of you asked me about that because when Joe Biden gets on the helicopters on the Ellipse, he drives. And that's a distance of about, I measured it as about a quarter mile from the Oval Office. So, and a lot of that area is outside the White House perimeter as well. So they get a bit nervous. You can actually see the photographs over the weekend when the vice president went for a walk in the gay pride parade. Boy, the faces of her Secret Service agents, well, they were not happy. they were not amused as they walked through a huge crowd that had not been screened or anything like that. So you can see those photos. I think the Daily Mail had a piece on that. It's kind of odd. One or two guys walking with a backpack that had like a automatic weapon stock sticking out of the back. All right, let's just cross here. So, pretty quiet day. Blue sky kind of day. But they say it's going to rain later tonight. Maybe like 3, we'll have some storms. So these electric bikes are a lot of fun, with one exception: when the battery dies. So I'm now making my way up Embassy Row, which is a long, arduous uphill with no battery on a bike that weighs about 100 pounds. We might survive this.